Hey y'all, good to see you again here on Grassroots Garden. I was sitting here at my desk just now editing a video, and I look up on my Monstera Albo right there and I see a ton of mealybugs. I just noticed them. We got to jump on this problem right now. So as I'm sitting here, I look up on this limb right here and look at that little dude right there. I'll see how close I can get in. But you see that little white ball of fuzz? I'll try to take a picture and put it up here too. But that is a mealybug. And then, as I'm looking around even more, holy crap. Yep, we have got a code red. So we've got to get this thing taken care of. And in this video, I'm going to show you just how to take care of these mealybugs and show you a couple different things that you could do. They're not the worst, but this, oh my goodness, this is not good at all. And the bad thing is they probably have already spread to our other plants. Yep. Okay. Yep, we've got some issues, guys. Let's get to work. So I'm going to start off by saying, if you have the ability to take your plant that is contaminated outside where we can spray them off, kill them, treat them, that is best. Because we could just knock some of the mealybugs off. They can live for quite a while off the plant. They're going to climb to different plants. So if you have that ability, that's what you need to do. That's what we're going to do here in just a minute. If you don't have that ability, then maybe you just take it to, if you got a sink that's big enough, put the plant down in. I'll show you what to do in a minute. But we're going outside with this because he's got a bunch and I don't want them all over everything else, even more than they already are. All right, let me clear me a little path. This is not the smallest plant in the world, so we'll make just a little bit of room here. Slide her to the edge of the table, and she is not going to be light, but it's not too bad either. And we're going outside, guys. Oh, she's heavy. I got all these rocks in the pots too. Now we've got her outside, guys, and we are up underneath this pergola that's covered with a trumpet vine, so we're in some good shade. Plus it's overcast today, so we don't have to worry about the plant burning while we're outside. But oh my goodness, there's a mealybug right there. Wow, this phone does a pretty good job of getting up close. But we've got, I mean, this is an infestation. They are on pretty much every leaf, but they're really hard to see because, especially on a variegated plant like this, the white splotches just kind of look like variegation, but it's not. You see that cottony looking substance, and then of course you can see the actual mealybugs too. There are a couple different kind of mealybugs. I don't know the exact variety of these, but look at that mess. The other good thing, if you have the ability, and of course the birds are going to start squawking now. The aviary is right over there. But anyway, what I was going to say is if you have the ability to bring a plant out, and if it's not a crazy expensive one like this, and you have a shaded area, and it's warm, then you can bring it out, leave it. A lot of times beneficial insects will come and handle the situation for you, but we're not going to risk that on this expensive Monstera Albo here. We're going to go ahead and take care of the problem, treat it, probably leave it out here overnight. I don't know, I'm kind of scared with the raccoon. He's been coming up here on the porch, knocking over pots, just digging, looking for bird food. So probably not going to leave it out here overnight. But what I'm going to do first is show you guys a real simple way to take care of mealybugs. So this is 70% alcohol. I know that 7's a little funky. I accidentally touched the paint before it was dry. But anyway, this will kill the mealybugs. But you have to get it on all of them, and it'll probably take a couple of treatments. But I want to show you guys what happens once you spray them. It's kind of neat, kind of morbid, but they change color almost instantly when you squirt them. Okay, as long as the wind doesn't blow too bad out here and mess the camera up, which of course, there we go. Hopefully you're going to be able to see what happens when I spray them with alcohol. So here we go, annihilation in 3, 2, 1. Isn't that cool? That was just one squirt. There's a second squirt. They just almost like instantly turn brown and liquefy. Isn't that so cool? Just look at the back side of this leaf, you guys. That is horrible. So this alcohol works, and I mean, it'll kill all of these mealybugs, but you'd have to spray the entire plant, and that would just be a lot of work. And alcohol is not going to be great for the plant either. I mean, it's not going to hurt it too much, but you got to see what it's doing to these bugs, which, here we go, I'm going to spray some more. You can just kind of see them turning brown, and they're just instantly going to die. But you got to think too, the alcohol on this leaf surface is going to dry out the leaf surface. It's not great for the plant, but it's better than mealybug. So my point is, alcohol can work on an infestation, but I think it's best if you just got a few mealybugs, use alcohol. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to go get the hose pipe, and I'm going to come in here, and we're just going to spray the heck out of this thing. I'm going to get up close. I'm going to try to blast those mealybugs off of there, and then we're going to treat it with some systemic insecticide, which, by the way, too, I'll put all the links to everything I'm using in the description. But we're going to put a systemic insecticide right here in the dirt. It's going to go down, get into the roots, and then take it up through the vascular system, and the whole plant becomes toxic to whatever bugs might be sucking on it. So we're going to find us a setting on our little hose head here. It gives us a nice, pretty strong spray. I don't like that one. I think flat's probably going to do us good. So we're going to take this hose, and then we're just going to come in here, and I'm going to try to do this with just two hands, but I don't think that's going to work. Hang on, I'm going to extend the little tripod up here just a minute, because what I really need to do is hold on to this leaf while I'm blasting it. So we're just going to take it just like this and just rinse it down really good. The petiole, the leaf stem, everything. And you can use a good bit of pressure as long as we don't blow the leaf off. We got to try to get those bugs off of this leaf with just the water pressure. And this is really the safest, you know, you don't have to use any chemicals or anything like that. This is the safest way to get rid of mealybugs. However, they are great at getting down in crevices and hiding, so you'd have to do it multiple times. And that's why we're going to use the systemic insecticide. So we'll go ahead and just try to blast them all off with the hose real quick. Then we're going to use our systemic. We're going to try to get all the aerial roots, the petioles, the stem, the stalk, just everything. And I can see when I get in close with the water, I can watch the mealybugs getting blown off. We're just going to try to take our time and come in here and get each and every leaf, front and back. Mealybugs really like to get on the underside of the leaves, but they'll get on the top as well. And I can see them kind of tucked down in the leaf petioles too. They're really just really good at hiding. But you'd be surprised, it doesn't take a tremendous amount of water pressure to make the little boogers let go and knock them off. I just destroyed a whole family right there. Now that we've got her all rinsed off with the infestation that we had, I can just about guarantee we didn't get them all. See, there's still just one little dude. Actually, a couple little dudes right in there. So that's why I'm going to go ahead and use the systemic. And there's another chemical too that we're probably going to spray on here before. It's safer soap. I'll bring it around here in a minute. Also, I'll link pretty much everything that we used in this video today down in the description. So here's a really good product that we sell down at the nursery. This is safer. This is just an insecticidal soap. It works really good. You could use this in place of the alcohol if you didn't want to spray the alcohol inside your home, or if you're worried about leaf damage, this would be a good alternative to go with. And probably what I'm going to do is, after we get done putting our systemic in, we're going to take this inside with us. After the plant dries tomorrow, I'll come back with a follow-up spray of this. Now here's a systemic that I like to use. It's a bonide product, but it's just some granules, and there you can read it protects for up to 2 months. So again, what happens is the roots uptake this chemical, goes into all parts of the plant, and kills anything that's sucking on it. It's got a huge list of the bugs that it takes care of. But what I'm looking for right now is the ratio that we use. I'm going to say this is about a 2-gallon pot, so we need to use 1/3 of a cup. Obviously, a cup that you're never going to use in the kitchen again, because this is, well, it's poison. Let's get all of our rocks out. And I just have these rocks in there to keep my cat Pepe from taking a leak in my plants, or, you know, even worse, taking a dump. So we're going to get all these rocks out. And then what we're going to do is get us a 1/3 cup of this systemic. Let's see if I can measure out 1/3. That's about a third, wouldn't y'all say? So we got a 1/3 cup. Then what we're going to do, and I would suggest wearing gloves, even though I'm telling y'all to do it and I'm not. Or you could use a tool to kind of rake this material into the soil, because we just kind of want to get it into the first, like, I don't know, inch or so of the soil before we water it in. Look here, I'm going to even be a good example and not use my bare hands, even though I have in the past. Well, okay, there was a roach in there. That's gross. I have used my bare hands in the past. Just make sure you wash them with soap and water immediately after. But what we're going to do is just kind of agitate this into that top inch of the soil, trying not to damage any of the roots, just like so. And then we're going to take our hose. I'm going to get it switched back to shower, and then we're just going to water this in. Now, we want to water it in real well, but we don't want to just flood this thing, then all the chemical run out the bottom of the pot. So I'm thinking something like that should be good. Now, as you see that water go down, it's going and grabbing that chemical and taking it down to the roots, and hopefully staying in that root zone. So we didn't flood it, so that it's taking the chemical out the bottom of the pot. And there you have it, guys, as simple as that. So if you get mealybugs on your plants, don't freak out. It's not the end of the world. It's just going to take a little bit of work and some time and diligence to get a handle on it. So you don't have to use a systemic if you don't want to. Maybe if you have pets or something and you're just scared of using the chemical, you don't have to. You can use the alcohol method. You could use Dawn soap. But I just like to go ahead and rinse that thing if possible, blast them all off, then get that systemic in there so that I know they're not going to come back. And if they do, and they bite my plant, well, they're going to get a deserving death. So hope you guys enjoyed that video. Hit that like and subscribe down there for me for more tips and tricks on gardening and houseplants and anything to do with plants on upcoming videos. Appreciate you guys. Remember, the more you know, the more you grow. See y'all later.